Hi guys, it's Aish from Classicals again and welcome to another YouTube video on our channel. Have you hit subscribe yet? We wonder if you're watching these videos and not subscribing. You know what? You can change that status. If you want to regularly get these videos directly into your mailbox and not miss any single update that we might have, then you'd want to hit that subscribe button down there and be a part of our big sewing family. Did you know that September is International Sewing Month? I mean, it's a month dedicated to people who like to sew. So we thought that we'd actually have some really interesting videos up to celebrate this month, and the one that we want to do today is a lot to do with the care and love that we give to our sewing companions, also known as our sewing machines. I thought I would take you guys through how we could possibly dust, clean and oil our sewing machines so that they can sew a long time and they can sew really nicely as well. So let me show you how we do this on one of our BERNINA sewing machines. So whilst I'll be doing the demonstration on a BERNINA, maybe it is applicable to other sewing machine brands as well, but I do not take any responsibility for that. BERNINA sewing machines have two different kinds of hook systems. The older machines work on a CB hook system, which is what I'm going to show you today. And then you have the new BERNINA hook system, which is there in the newer models, which I will show you in the week to follow. So there is one for any kind of BERNINA user out there. So I hope you guys find this video very useful, and if you have any questions, comments and feedback in terms of whether you got it or not, definitely leave a comment down in this video and I'm very happy to assist you. Let's go. Alright guys, so these are the essentials that I'm going to be using in this video, and I'm going to be cleaning a BERNINA 380. So I'm going to have some spirit, I have some machine oil, I've got a piece of test fabric, and I've even got this tool, which is the lint brush. It's mighty. It comes with every BERNINA sewing machine, and it is so important when you're cleaning to use this tool. Alright guys, so this is the machine, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it off and off. Right, then there's a thread, threadless threaded, so I'm going to take the thread out. Basically, I'm undressing the machine. That's the way I would like to call it. Haram, but yeah, sure. Okay, now have a look at this. I'm going to take the slide off table off. Okay, but before that, I'm going to take the foot off. Slide on table off. Unscrew and remove the needle as well. Do you guys know how to remove the stitch plate? There's a little impression there. That's exactly where your thumb goes. Push down and voila. So basically, if you can see this part of the machine right here, there is a lot of fluff. And this happens when you are continuously sewing, and the thread basically discharges its lint or its fluff. And eventually in time, when this really builds up, it does interfere with the stitch quality of your machine. So it's very important for you to make sure that you do clean your machine quite regularly. And I will tell you at the end of this video what we define regularly as. And you make sure that you're taking care of your baby. Hope you guys can see this quite clearly. So I'm opening the door to the bobbin area. This is the BERNINA CB hook. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just take the bobbin case out and the bobbin and put it away. And now I'm going to actually further open up this machine so that I can totally like open up on the insides, right? So there's a little silver knob over here. So I'm going to just push that, and that releases this silver door and the hook. All right. And I can then remove this little semicircle. This is the CB hook, right? So I can actually remove that. And honestly, I don't go any further for cleaning for this purpose. All right. And now I actually wield my sword. Ta-da! That's my sword. All right, I'm going to bring this down here. And from this point onwards, it's just basically a nice fluffy, fluff out sort of process. So I'm just going to dust the top, right? And dust the bottom. This is actually one of the most stress relieving process in the world. So for me, this is sort of like the best that I can do in terms of cleaning out the fluff. Oh, I see something else there, and out. Okay, step number 2 is I'm going to get the spirit. Do you see that? That's the ethanol. And my technical team told me that it's always nice to use a piece of t-shirt fabric because it absorbs the ethanol really well. I think even tissue paper should be fine. But anyways, I'm going to spray this on my fabric. And I'm just going to clean like the surface of my machine with it. Yeah, I think spirit and ethanol is something you can probably find very easily in the market. You can even go ahead and clean inside your machine with this damn cloth. I know it's a black cloth, but you can see how much of that dust and fluff has come on it. So yeah, do not have a white cloth, but ideally you'll even see some black stuff on it as well. So yeah, you can put your finger in and there we go. So for me, that's like a pretty cool, thorough job. You can have a look at how nice and squeaky clean it looks. Your machine is super happy. Okay, so now you can see that the machine is completely cleaned up. We're going to start arranging it back to the way it was. And in between, I am going to definitely add in the drops of oil because, like I said, this is a cleaning and an oiling demonstration. So let's start with the hook. As you can see that's just one half of the circle and this is just the other half. So all we have to do is just lock that in. Just angle, there we go. You can have a look. Just snug right there. And then we're just going to close this door and you got to hear for that sound. Alright, so that means it's locked really well. Now this is a good point and place for us to do some machine oiling. So I'm going to show you guys how we oil the machine. Basically, we're going to be placing the oil exactly over there at the base of the CB hook. I'm going to be using, look at my massive, huge spout oiler. It's really long and I find this super damn awesome when it comes to like dropping the oil without really having to worry about placement. So all I have to do over here is I'm just going to place it and 2 drops, nothing more than that. That's it. All right. So once I've got the 2 drops in, I'm just going to let that be. And I'm going to close the door. And I'm going to show you guys how I then run the machine to make sure that the oil moves very well within the hook and we're good to go. So you have to then start the machine, guys. All right. I have not put the bobbin case back inside. I don't want the thread to catch that oil. This is one of the reasons. And also this is going to be a non-sewing exercise. The only reason why we're doing this is because I want those 2 drops of oil to go through the machine and then it's perfectly oiled. So all I'm going to do is just literally run the foot pedal for like 10 seconds. It can be slow or fast. Thank you. And after that, I am good to then switch the machine off again and reassemble the machine. And then I'm ready to do my testing. So that's off. I'm going to put this back in. Does everybody know the rule of the bobbin? When you pull the thread, it has to turn towards the right. Fix it in. Just a reminder for all of you in case you've forgotten. 90 degrees and the click. And then you can cut the excess thread with the thread cutter. Close the door. And time to reattach everything the way we found. I'm going to reassemble the machine back in. So I'm just going to place the stitch plate. I'm going to push it in here for the click. This is a needle, and for those of you who may not remember this, the flat portion of the needle, that's this one, it goes towards the back of the machine and it's a rounded portion that faces the front. So that comes in here. And then we just sort of like screw that in and we hold it tight. There is a nice little screw and lever right here, which we then use to tighten the needle. The next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be fixing the foot. So you just have to put that in. It's a bit different for the BERNINA than other sewing machines. It's pretty cool actually. And I've got a generic foot inside, foot number 57. That's like a edge foot, right? What is foot 57? Quarter inch foot. Of course, we're a quilting store. Alright, so I put the foot inside as well. And now it is safe for me to actually run a test. So why do I say we do a test is because you've actually just put in a few drops of oil inside the machine. And if you go back to sewing your regular project, there is a slight chance that that oil might pop into your project, and I don't think anybody likes that. So we're just going to run a couple of stitches, straight stitches, zigzag stitches, whatever, on a piece of test fabric. I am very happy to say that I've foolishly chosen a black fabric, so you may not be able to see much of the oil, but hopefully it'll show on the stabilizer, yeah. But anyways, it's just a normal piece of cotton fabric, guys. So I'm going to switch the machine on, and I'm going to thread it. Anybody who has a BERNINA, please tell me in the comments, how much do you adore the threading system? Isn't it just mind-blowing? Right? We meet so many customers and some of them are still threading the machine like they did like decades and decades ago, and we're like, why? And you can just do this and it's threaded. Khalas, voila, simple. Don't need to use your eyes. Sorry guys, I just genuinely talk too much, and when you're doing videos, it's just that eerie silence I'm trying to break right there. Okay, I'm just going to do a straight stitch. I don't think I can do anything else with this particular foot. Okay, so run the straight stitch. Alright. Lift, move that away. Ooh, nice. Okay, let me put the needle down. Pivot. Alright guys, so I'm just gonna see. I mean, I've just put 2 drops of oil. I really doubt there's going to be anything that comes on this, but let's have a look. I'm gonna cut this over here. Okay, see, really, seriously nothing. So we know a lot of customers who overdo the oiling process and they put like some million drops. It's not something that's necessary. We recommend only 2 drops of oil. Thank you for watching this tutorial on how to clean and oil your sewing machine. We have shown it to you on the BERNINA 380. Next week, I will show you guys how we can do it on the new BERNINA hook systems. It's slightly different, but pretty much the same thing as well. So a couple of frequently asked questions or commonly observed behaviors that we have seen with people who own sewing machines and how they oil it. First of all, you do not have to put more than 2 drops of oil when you're oiling it, just on a general basis. Too much of oil is never a good idea. That actually ruins the sewing experience more than enhancing it and maintaining your machine. The next question, which is a very good question, is how often do you have to do this? Well, according to our technical team, and I trust our technical team, within every 1 or 2 bobbins when it finishes, so like a full bobbin, when it finishes, it's a good time to just give it a good dust, put in a drop of oil, and then continue with it. A lot of people forget to do this, and then the machine starts making funny noises, and then they bring it to the store, and then we open it up and we see like dust bunnies the size of Everest. So guys, please don't wait for that to happen before you realize that it was something that you could have been doing just if you cared to open up and look into your machine. Some of you might think that this is scary or you're going to spoil your machine, but let me guarantee you something, at least about a BERNINA. These are machines that we have been working with for at least 10 years now. Is that it is so robust, it is so strong that you could really try to ruin it by opening it up, but chances are that nothing of the sort is going to happen. The machine is super friendly, so easy to use, and you need to give it a clean so that you can use it a long time and you can enjoy good stitch quality. So if you have any questions, just comment on the section below, and I'll be very happy to answer them for you. But till then, happy sewing machine month, and I hope you guys are sewing, making some cool projects, and I will see you in our next YouTube video. Till then, subscribe, sew, and have a great day.